Welcome on back here to Up North at 4. Vernida Boykin, who is a Miss Wisconsin hopeful, joins us now on the couch. And I feel like I just need to ask you here, how did you really get started in wanting to do pageants, I guess?
It was kind of a spur of the moment. When I was in school, I suffered from bullying, which led to me developing PTSD and anxiety. And I wanted to be able to spread awareness about mental illnesses that aren't really talked about. And I figured that the Miss USA organization would be a best way to get the stories out there.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a way to give yourself a platform.
Yes.
Is that sort of the way
Yes.
you look at it? Awesome.
Yeah, and obviously this is the first time I've heard of kind of the Miss Rylander pageant stuff, so I guess let's just go basics for my benefit here. Kind of how do you get started into that, and kind of how does the process go?
Yes, well, you apply to compete, and if you are selected, then you go on to the state competition. And I wrote in talking about my experience and everything I went through and what I hope to achieve as Miss Rylander USA.
Awesome. And the Miss Wisconsin pageant competition's coming up this weekend in Middleton.
Yes.
I'm sure you're maybe a little excited, a little nervous, maybe a mix of both. But what does this competition all entail? Because I got to be honest, I don't really know much about the pageantry world.
That makes two of us.
As much as a surprise as that might be. But what does that competition look like for the contestants?
It's a very fast-paced weekend. We start off with a briefing session, and then we go right into rehearsals with the interview.
Okay.
And then I guess me being on here kind of helps with the interview portion. And then we go right into the pageant competition, which is a 3-part introduction, swimsuit, and evening gown, all equally judged.
Okay. So swimsuit, the evening gown, what was the third part again?
Introduction.
Introduction. So what does that include? Is it just you coming out and explaining who you are and sort of what your platform's all about?
Yes, we come out and we just state our name, our age, and then where we're from.
Okay. So it seems pretty simple, right? But there's obviously an art to it.
Yeah.
How do you go about practicing? Like, how do you kind of get ready for a competition?
Currently I am fostering 3 foster kids, so it was kind of hard to get a coach and everything. So I've actually been practicing in my kitchen.
Hey, you got
it's the same. It's the same thing,
You
right?
got to do what you got to do to get that practice in, right? I know sometimes I feel like I'm practicing here in the studio, right?
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, when you practice for something like this, obviously you're testing your confidence, right? I'm sure the confidence has gone up a lot. I'm sure even more to come, right?
It definitely has, not only with the amazing people I've met as Miss Rylander so far, but also at the competition, you're just surrounded by empowering women who are all about helping others, and it's just a great feeling.
I was going to ask you about that as well. Obviously, it is a competition, but you know, I've seen footage from previous events, and a lot of the women just are supporting each other. It's a competition, but obviously you're building each other up. Just what is that like to be able to kind of have that same vision, I guess, to better or empower one another?
It's absolutely amazing. I have to say, one of my favorite part is being able to meet my other delegates, and it's just a fun time all around.
Absolutely. And then obviously this weekend, Miss Wisconsin, hopefully trying to get to Miss USA later down the line. What does that look like to go from Miss Wisconsin to hopefully Miss USA?
Well, I say it's about the same. You do get a lot more appearances, and you just want to make sure that you're staying in touch with the community, which is one of the things I want to do as Miss Rylander. We're such a small town, but we have so much to offer, so.
Totally.
I know that's one of the things I learned when I'm sure both of us moved up here is it's so easy to get to know people up here.
Yeah. When you are in such a small town, it's, you know, they always say everybody knows everybody, and it truly feels that way, especially in a town of about 7,000 to 8,000
right,
people.
and it gets much higher when the tourists come up here, and then we're getting that time of the year too. So I mean, does tourism kind of play in your role?
Yes, it does, because like Country Fest is here, which you get people from all around, and it just shows, like I said, it's just a small town, but it's such an amazing town, and it has so much to offer.
Absolutely. So, Vernida, we got time for one more question. If anybody out there is hoping to maybe watch you or follow along with your career, where could they find out more information, and maybe where could they follow on social media if they want to learn more?
Yes, all my social medias are my name, Vernida Boykin, at Instagram and Facebook as well. And then if anyone is wanting to stream the pageant, they can go to MissWisconsinUSA.com.
Perfect. All right. Well, Vernida, we're going to be rooting for you here at the station, and hopefully the next time we have you on, it's as Miss Wisconsin. All right, we're going to be knocking on wood. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me
on Up North at 4.